trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record, yeah. For the record, yeah. For the record, yeah. For the record, for the record, yeah. For the record. Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price for y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. Frozen. A6 all the hate. I won't get involved today. Got lost in the ballin' age. I'm flipping the bars. I'm flipping the. On record, off record. I still count wins when they doubt it. On record, off record. I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record. I still want the act, not the ghost. Running through it with the young influence. Adolescent presence. I'm succumbing to it. I've been giving yeses when I shouldn't do it. I complete ejected with the moves elusive. And I'm barely moving, but I'm still gon' boost them. I can't work on winnings when I know you're losing. So I work the winnings and they throw the deuces. Guess I have to pivot, shooting their bazookas for the facts. I need racks, paper, cash, good tax. That's a joke. Tell them laugh. Uncle Sam got the bag. Brody plot will get a whack. Contract, give me the max. I got lab on my back. You ain't that, then it's raps. Whoa. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record, yeah. For the record.
What's up, people? Sorry about that. I had a little crash right there. A little stuff froze up. So I'm good now. Well, I think I'm good. All right. So Joe basically got his video taken down, and a strike has been added to his channel. Now we know he has a strike on his channel. We know that for a fact. Now he has another strike on his channel. So let's go ahead. No, actually he got a warning, but this is an actual strike. He can't get around it. So he was up screaming and yelling and
coming.
He was on a roll today. I mean, he even claimed that this company called Forrender is selling game assets, and they're not. They're actually making the assets on their own. I mean, they're making the stuff. They're not going into the games and stealing it. They're actually making it using their own computers and their own talent to reproduce some of the stuff you see in games, so you can use it for your dad's characters. There's nothing wrong with that. But Joe sees something wrong because they're doing it the legal and right way, which is they are making their own content and models using their own 3D programs to do it with. Joe doesn't have the talent to even sit down and even start a 3D program. The only thing Joe knows how to do is open up Cinema 4D, take the stuff from Rubu, convert it over, and package it about as fast as he get it so he can make a buck. You know? So he sits back and makes these videos, and Joe has a lot more stuff. I mean, hold on, is this the one?
Jojo.
Oh yeah, so this is I'm gonna play this right here. This had me like dying laughing today. I mean, I was on my knees when I was just laughing my ass off on this one, folks. So y'all listen to this because this is when I knew something was up for Joe to go this crazy. Okay, just listen.
Is truly amazing. Look at this bamboozling. You go to Ghetto Robo or One Gun's channel, and it's Joe. It's all about Joseph. Joe, my troll Joe, True Bones, Troll Joe, Jojo, and Jojo, Mojo Jojo, Piracy Jojo, One Gunamo Motions Jojo, and then you go out on the internet and you see that this fake person here, whether it be Sally or Al, it doesn't matter if it's Sally or Al. All that matters is that they did it.
So I need to make that to like a soundbite. Joe. Now Joe's going crazy over there because he doesn't know what to do. And this is why Joe doesn't know what to do. Usually, after Joe gets a video taken down, he comes after me and file privacy complaints. And I have yet to see those show up in my email box. But I do believe they may be coming. But we all know that I know how to take care of that. So Joe knows he can't get me that way. He definitely knows he can't go over there and file fake copyright notices on me no more. Because Joe knows I can legally get him for that. And we're just waiting for Joe to actually, he lost it today. But we're waiting for him to really lose it so he can start putting out the fake copyright complaints again. So Joe knows that he will have to actually stand up in court, and because it's basically, does Joe own the content? Now Joe asks me, do I own the content? No, Joe. I can say I don't own the stuff that gets taken down. You know why? Because these are the people who own the stuff, Joe. Those people own the stuff that you had up there, and I contacted them, and guess what? They took it down. Why do they have the power to take it? Now, Joe, you can say this is a fake. Now, here's how Joe always talks about these fake DMC takedown notices. All right, Joe, check this out. If this is a fake DMC takedown notice, go ahead and send a counterclaim. See, this is what you call the beginning of a legal process. Now, this is them doing this legal process, not me this time. See, I know they have money to afford the lawyers. I know they have the money to afford the lawyers to call Joe's bluff. So, Joe, go ahead and put your counter notification in. If you want me to help you, I'll help you do it. Because I want to see you try to squirm out of this one. And he can't. Because Joe knows he doesn't own that stuff. Joe knows he's not supposed to be using our stuff in that type of way. Joe's not supposed to be doing this. But he's doing it because he keeps coming back online and lying to everybody else saying he can. Joe, what happened to the Freedom of Information Act that gives you the ability to steal other people's stuff and sell it? What happened to the terms of service, Joe, that you read and you understood so much, and you were in the right? Joe, you're pretty much done. You're pretty much done. I want to see you file a counterclaim. I want to see you do the video saying this is a fake takedown notice. See, now I've caught you in your lie, Joe. See, I've caught you in your lie because throughout the whole hour. Oh, hold up. I didn't know this was running. Throughout the whole hour, dude, the whole hour and 57 minutes and 9 seconds you ran that garbage cesspool of a mouth of yours, not once did you mention to anybody that your infomercial of selling stuff that was not yours was taken down. Why was Joe so enraged and so angry at One Gun? Why did he sit back up for 2 hours and just lie and just made it up as he was going? The reason why is because he got busted. He didn't say not one thing about this today. He did 2 videos. Not one video was done about this video of his getting taken down today. But let me see. Where's my phone at? Where's my phone? Where's my phone going off? Let's see. Was that Joe getting ready to... Yeah, it seems like Joe has gotten on. Let's see. Is that Joe? Did Joe get on? Yes, Joe is back on. Now, what he's going to do, people, is lie to you and say, they didn't take my video down. They didn't do that. Well, he's going to lie. And I'm going to wait for him to say his lie. Now, he's over there streaming on his channel. He's over there streaming on his channel right now. Now, I know he's streaming on his channel. We know you're streaming on your channel, Joe. Let's go over and check out Joe's channel real quick. Let's go ahead and make a duplicate of this. Let's go ahead and do that. And there he is. He's live right now. Let's see. He's not talking because he's too busy listening to what I have to say about him right now. He's over there. He's steaming. I mean, he's steaming like a fresh pile of poop over there, people. Because he's right now trying to think of a way to get back at me because I turned this ass in for stealing something. And now, Joe, the ball is in your court. You claim that all these fake DMC notices were coming at you left and right from Woongoon or some guy named Woongun, because in your world, I'm 3 different people. All right, if you want to believe in 3 different people, that's fine. But right here, my friend, the infomercial you made about Trubone's Moosins selling these Moosins, well, it's been taken down by the rightful owners. Now, Joe, if they're not the rightful owners, you should file a counter notification against these people to get your content back. That would set off a whole legal process, which is going to wind you up in court in front of a judge with a lawyer. If you have one, you might find Todd Fox might be able to show up for you, or your brother or your half brother who's a baker. They can show up in court, and then when it comes to you to sit back and testify, if you take the stand, or if you have to, if it's not that type of case, you have to stand up and tell the judge in a court of law, after you put your hand on the Bible, and tell those people that you own the content that they came and took down, Joe. So if Joe, everybody, is such a great businessman, and this is his business, and this is how he survives, he should be able to start the legal process, put in his counter notification, show up in court, and prove to a judge, not YouTube, not VMO, not the forum boards, not Unity, not the Mixamo forum boards. He should stay in a court of law in the United States on American soil and say, yes, he owns the stuff that he stole from these people in their company. Are you going to do it, Joe? I mean, are you going to file your please, Joe? I mean, you know what, Joe? You should do a live broadcast, all right, of you making the counter notification, writing it all in whole, and sending it to YouTube so you can get your content back up. The same way I had to do when you put all the false counter notifications on me. But the stuff you did to me was all fake and designed to hold back my channel and get it demonetized, and it worked. Now it's your turn to prove that you own this content. And I told you, Joe, every infomercial you make about stuff you don't own, I'm going to find the rightful owners and talk to them about it. So far, it's been working. So, you on your other channel right now, have fun. And have fun explaining it to all of your minions, too. Explain to them, well, I don't know why your video got taken down. He was selling stuff he didn't make. So, Joe said it was legal. Well, Joe said it's legal. But when you get to the real world, the world I live on and everybody else does, what Joe does is illegal. And it makes no sense for him to derive some type of false reality out of the fact that he feels that he's doing something right. After all that talk he did about God and not watching porn no more yesterday, he would have figured that, you know what, I should take some of this stuff down that I've stolen that I have no right to. That's the issue we have with Joe right now. And he's still steaming mad because I know these people are going to probably come back and sue Joe even more. I don't know how old the game is, but it seems to be one of their more popular games. And this fool went and took their stuff and put it for sale. Now, Rubu takes the stuff out the games. Joe come and steal it. But what Rubu does, Rubu's like, hey, I got this stuff. Y'all play with it. Do what you want to, you know. And most companies don't care. Look at Mighty Raccoon. Mighty Raccoon takes all that game and stuff that people rip out of games and make movies and films out of it. But he also acknowledges that this stuff is not his and it belongs to the people who made it. He's just using it to show his appreciation for being a fan, and they have no problem with it. But Joe gets that mixed up with just straight up piracy. There's a difference between doing something for art's sake and doing something as a pirate, stealing other people's stuff. Joe calls me the copyright police. Please, Joe, I'm glad you do call me copyright police, because I have the sense to understand between what Rubu's doing and what you are doing. What you are doing is wrong because you don't work to get any of that stuff. You don't model, you don't animate, you don't draw, you don't do nothing but wait for Rubu to post something up for you to steal it. and then say it's True Bones. Then one of the other guys who takes this stuff and they make videos out of it or cartoons out of the stuff that they get from Rubu, you bring yourself up and tell them this is True Bones material. Please tell people this is for True Bones or else. And that's total garbage, dude. That's total garbage. You don't own that stuff, dude. Just like you'd say I don't own it. You don't own it either. But I have every right to find the people who own the stuff, the content, and report you in. And if anybody else is watching this video and Joe puts up another video saying that he owns something, report him in. If Joe said he owns The Incredibles, contact Disney. Check and see if his story pans out. If Joe said he owns the stuff from Epic Games of Fortnite, and he's advertised making infomercials and sending people to that Gumroad site that they can download it, report him in. Check out, see if his story is true. Now, every time I report him to Epic, and it was found that what Joe was talking about or what Joe was doing was wrong. He was not supposed to take their stuff and sell it. Miximo said it. Kubo said it. And he keeps on making these videos saying, I'm Joe, I'm innocent. But then he goes, so what's going to happen is that Joe went from the pirate to the angry pirate who has manifested himself into a bigot because over the past 5, 6, 7 days, he's been doing some of the most racially charged, bigoted, nastiest stuff I've ever seen coming out of any person I've dealt with on YouTube so far. Usually, I keep away from them people who do that. But this one keeps on coming back. He hasn't learned to stay away from me and go the hell on about his business. He just has to keep on coming back. He has to keep on doing stuff behind my back to hurt me. But as you can see, I'm not hurting. He's hurting. He's hurting because he has to pay money to get subscribers to his channel. He's hurting because he has to buy views for his videos. He's hurting. And he knows he has to pay for this stuff. And his only one goal right now is to try to get monetized. That's his only goal right now, so he can get monetized. But if he keeps on stealing people's stuff and making these infomercials, the copyright police will have to turn you in, Joe, each and every time. And it's not just me, Joe. It's a whole bunch of other people. So you might take me out or whatever, but guess what, my friend? There's only be someone here to take my place. And the difference between me and another person is that you don't know who they are. You know who I am, but you don't know who they are. So, Joe, if you want to continue this thing where you sit back and you lie, because right now, Joe, you claim that you owned that stuff you took from Rubu and packed it up and you claimed it was yours. So I went to go and check. 24 hours later, it's taken down by the people who own the stuff. Just like Epic took your crap down too. Thank you, Vivid Games. And if he steals something else of yours, I will make sure that I contact you again, just like I do with Epic. The people who the people who made Fortnite, and let you know that Joe is still selling your stuff. Now, there's a effort right now to shut down his Gumroad store. I'm not saying by who, but it's going to happen eventually. His Gumroad store. And we know that Joe's going to reincarnate himself again. Just open up. He probably already has another Gumroad store set up already. He's just waiting for that one he has right now to get shut down. But the whole thing about it is the only way to deal with Joe is to shut down his YouTube and shut down his Gumroad at the same time. That way he won't have no time to sit back and recuperate the losses, because it would take Joe it took Joe like 9 months already to get back to almost where he was when his first channel got taken away. His first pirate channel got taken away. So now we're trying to work on, say, okay, this is what we need to do. We need to make sure all the stuff is gone at the same time. So he has to work twice as hard to build his stuff back up. If you're doing illegal stuff on YouTube, and then when you get caught doing it, you lash out at people, doing racist, bigoted stuff, bullying, harassing people, well, then you have no place here on YouTube. You need to go to, I don't know, is 4chan still around? I don't know. He needs to go to places like that. There are people like him there and doing the dirty work. Now, Joe, prove me wrong that you own the stuff that they took down. write your counter notification, and get your video back up like I had to do all the times you harassed me way back in 2018, 2017 until the end of last summer. Because I told you, Joe, this is not going to be another troll war where we do this stuff back and forth, back and forth, back and forth garbage. All right? We're not doing this no more, dude. You need to stop. All right? You need to stop. You need to leave me alone. You need to walk across the street and tell your pastor, whoever, the whole story when you get your free meal for the day. Well, that's all I have to say, people. This is One Gun. I'm signing off, and I say this is another victory for the people who are harassed by this man. You know, he's just over there, like I say, he's over there. He's mad. I just, he's gone now. So, yeah, he's gone now. I mean, he's probably just waiting for me to come back or something, you know. So I mean, I don't care. I mean, he did get a strike on his channel. You know, getting a copyright strike is different from getting a guideline strike. If you get a guideline strike, you can't broadcast. He got a copyright strike, another copyright strike on his channel. Well, he's gonna go back and probably start plotting and scheming again, trying to go back to YouTube guidelines to try to see what he can do. But he's not gonna be able to do nothing. You know, we've been through this before. And I'm just and I had a lot of learning to do with Joe with trolls. And like I said, I'm not trying to get rid of my troll. I'm just trying to learn how to live with them, because you can't get rid of trolls. Joe's a perfect example of how you cannot get rid of a troll. I can't get rid of this dude. He won't leave. So I'd have to deal with him. I have to use pesticide, which is the truth. You know, to keep them under control. Like, you got roaches. You won't be able to get rid of roaches the first time you spray. But you have to keep on spraying, setting up traps and everything, so you can have them under control to where they won't be seen. I'm trying to get Joe to a point that he won't be seen. You know, where he won't have to sit back and make videos like this to get my attention. He makes videos like this to get my attention, and Joe needs to stop making videos like this to get my attention. Every time he does a video like this to get my attention, this happens. So Joe, I'm giving you a hint on how you can coexist with me on YouTube. Stop trying to get my attention. This is One Gun. I'm glad you, a few folks that showed up to watch this show had watched this, and hope you guys have a great day. And let's see. Yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. I'm going to sit back and make me something to eat, chill out, watch me some horrible subs, and go to full render and buy some real models and stuff that aren't hacked from games, and have me some fun. This is One Gun, and I'm signing out. Peace.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, 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 for the record. For the record. Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price for y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all.
Frozen.
A6 all the hate. I won't get involved today. Got lost in the ballin' age. I'm flipping the bars. I'm flipping the. On record, off record. I still count wins when they doubt it. On record, off record. I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record. I still want the act, not the ghost. Running through it with the young influence. Adolescent presence. Also coming to it. I've been giving yeses when I shouldn't do it. I complete ejected with the moves elusive, and I'm barely moving, but I'm still gon' boost 'em. I can't work on winnings when I know you're losing, so I work the winnings and they throw it deuces. Guess I had to pivot, shooting the bazookas for the facts. I need racks, paper cash, good tax. That's a joke. Tell 'em laugh. Uncle Sam got the bag. Brody plot, will get a whack. Contract, give me the max. I got lab on my back. You ain't that, then it's raps. Whoa, 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 whoa. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record, yeah. For the record.